So we're just about to start our journey to Tropoja. We were supposed to get the 12 o'clock bus, but it was full, so we had to wait for 2 hours for the next bus. It's about 40 degrees outside. The bus journey it says 4 hours, but let's see how long it really is. We're going by Kuksi. I'm quite interested to see the road, the nice scenery along the way, and thank goodness our bus has air conditioning. Welcome to Kuksi, or as I like to call it, the city of three cities, one below the water, one above the water, and one in the tunnels underneath the modern city. We've stopped here to refuel a little coffee shop because to get to Tropoja, we actually have to leave Albania, pass through Kosovo, and then re-enter. This is because the road to Tropoja is not in great condition for a bus. Alternatively, you have to take a ferry. So we are going to be heading into Kosovo to get to our final destination, hopefully in about 2 hours. Mikismet. Well, after a 4.5-hour car journey, I'm finally in the town, the city of Bayramsuri. This is Bayramsuri behind me. He is an Albanian national hero who is known for fighting for ethnic Albanians against the Ottoman Empire. This town was built in the socialist model, was developed from the village that was here before in the 1950s. It's had a very troubled past, not only with the Ottomans and various other disputes over borders and with neighbouring countries, but also internally in the 90s and the 2000s. There were a lot of problems here between two rival families, and this has left its scars on the community here. It's also been troubled by the fact it's so remote. This has caused economic problems and has resulted in a lot of brain drain. But for me, Tropoja, Bayramsuri is one of my favourite places in Albania. It's incredibly beautiful, and I'm excited to explore it a bit more and show you what I find. As I mentioned, Tropoja in this area has been plagued by brain drain and the mass emigration of its inhabitants to Europe and further afield, and also to Tirana and other parts of Albania. But now there is a concerted effort to drum up motivation to stay in the area, to take advantage of the opportunities that are here. This place is framed by the most incredible mountains, the Albanian Alps. Here, all year round, there are activities such as hiking, even skiing, snow sports, rafting, exploring, camping, horse riding, history, you name it, you can do it here. There are a number of organisations that are working here to develop the area, to provide opportunities for young people, and to help people realise the potential that this place has. But for now, after that long car journey, I am absolutely starving, I'm tired, my poor daughter here is desperate to eat, so we are off to Chestnut Hill, which is a very famous, very well-known agritourism place, and it has a very interesting story as well. Haide me mua. So it's been a really long day, and I'm finally sat down at Chestnut Hill to have my dinner. I've been told that I should have steak. And when I said, why is the steak so good? He said, well, you have to learn about cows in Tropoja. Apparently, the cows in this part of Tropoja are exceptionally well fed. In particular, they eat blueberries. Blueberries grow here. They're a source of income for local people. They harvest them, they sell for a lot of money. But apparently these cows, which roam wild, are decimating blueberries here. They're eating them, they're eating thousands of euros worth of blueberries. So when these cows go missing from time to time and end up on people's dinner plate, the local people don't mind too much. But apparently their diet, these wild berries, the fact that they roam free, makes them taste exceptional. I was told that these cows are so wild, if you were to bring a non-wild cow to Tropoja, leave it alone for 6 months, it would soon become just like them. Anyway, let's take a closer look at what's on the menu. Here we have a beautiful steak from the mountains of Tropoja, raised on blueberries. A blueberry thief cow, this once was. Fresh vegetables, potatoes, fresh salad, cheeses, walnuts, grapes. Oh, there's some of those blueberries that the cow didn't manage to eat. Well, I'm here at Chestnut Hill and we stayed here last night. It's cooler than Tirana, definitely. It's the centre of the Tropojan chestnut sector, which produces about 6,000 tonnes of chestnuts every year and exports them, internally in Albania, but also to Italy and other European countries as well. And this place, Chestnut Hill, is an agritourism place, and I'm not talking about it to advertise it. I'm talking about it because it's a really interesting example of sustainable tourism and regeneration of communities. Tropoja is an area where lots of people have emigrated to big cities and other parts of Europe, and it's caused a lot of problems. The economy here is struggling, but people who are coming back, they are really inspiring and they're a really important part of the fabric of this community. So I'm going to talk to the owners in a bit, who have a really wonderful story to tell. It's quite inspiring as well. So you have a very interesting story. You, your father, your brother, you left Tropoja, you made your lives elsewhere, but then you came back.
Yes.
Why?
I born here in 90 and we gone to Tirana in 94 and we grew up in Tirana. And after few years, we come back here again, so to fix the old house of parents. And after we didn't know what we do, huh? We changed mind many times. And was like
You didn't know?
we didn't know what to do, huh? And we start thinking about what we can do up here, huh? And we start like agritourism, but we didn't know what's agritourism too, huh? And now we are here, we know many things. And
How many years have you been open?
6 years.
6 years.
6 years now.
Do you ever regret the decision to
Yes,
come back?
too much now. We didn't know before, like I said, but now
You think it was the right choice?
we don't want to go nowhere, so is it very nice to stay now here.
So I often hear people say, in Albania there's no opportunities, we have to go to France, we have to go to Germany. Is this true? What do you think about this?
True, but is it same like us? They didn't try it. And they say like that, huh? Because they didn't try it. If they try, they will see here is better than going everywhere. So we've been too in many places in Europe and we visit them. We see what we can do there too, huh? Before coming here. But here, is it our land? So is it free also? And you can do more than you can do everywhere in the world. Because here, nobody is here. So you can start and you don't have competition with no one. So the start is safe.
Yes. And your guests that come here, what do they say about your establishment, but also Tropoja as well? What feedback do they have for you?
They feel safe. They feel like they come to them cousins, to them families, because in Albania, hospitality is top, I think.
Especially in the north.
In the north, we keep our tourists and our guests like this, so we take care from the first day till the last day.
So all those people from Tropoja who've gone to the UK, France, Germany, Tirana, what would you tell them? Would you tell them to come back and to try and make a life here?
Yes, of course. Here is a place. There is them place too. So is it enough space for all of us? So we can build together our future family future better than everywhere. Okay, maybe that need a bit time, but we can do it together much faster than everywhere.
It's an important message to have.
Yes.
Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.
as well.
Thank you.
So, for those of you that remember my trip to Kuksi and the underground city of Kuksi, we have a similar situation here in Tropoja. Here, along the side of the mountain, are lots and lots of different tunnels. These tunnels go right under the city. It's a very large network. They told me it's not as big as the Kuksi network, not as advanced in terms of the facilities that they had, but it had the same idea to host people in case of an attack. Look here. These tunnels are in a worse state than Kuksi. I've been told they're not safe to go in. But look, fascinating. The closer to the border of what was then former Yugoslavia, the more paranoid Enver Hoxha was. So behind me is Troya Hospital. It was built in 1974, originally designed to serve around 70,000 people. Today, there's just 20,000 people registered in the area. What this means is that this very large hospital is too big for the amount of people it serves. In other words, they can't keep up with all the maintenance that it needs. The modernization and the investment needed to bring it up to modern standards is very high. I've just seen inside that the lift is not working. So between the surgery room and the maternity ward, patients have to be carried up the stairs. Yesterday, they told me that a woman had to be carried on a bed sheet with someone holding each corner. But thanks to donors and investment from the private sector, modernization is underway. This includes the morgue, the pediatric center, and eventually, hopefully, the lift as well. So step by step, the services are being improved locally. I've been invited to take a closer look. During my visit to the hospital, I was lucky enough to meet Kutim Regia and Dritan Saracini, the director and the vice director of the hospital, and they were incredibly keen to show me the improvements that have been made. This includes the morgue, but also particularly the pediatrics department, with new air conditioners, with new furnishings, with new beds, with murals on the wall, and other improvements that have been made throughout the service. They recognise there is still a lot more work to be done, but they are incredibly grateful and thankful to not just the donors with their money, but the people who've dedicated their time, their effort and their sweat to making this project a reality. So I get to go to lots of interesting places on my travels, but a morgue, this is the first. What's been happening here? I see it's under construction. What's the story?
Yes, the story is the morgue. It have been not invested on since many years. And for the dignity of the passed away people, it was the idea of an activist and his wife, PJ and Neda, to refurbish the morgue here.
Okay.
As a SDI, we entered in collaboration with them, and we have been supported by CWP, a company that will invest a strategic investment in Tropoja, and they have financed the reconstruction of the morgue.
Okay.
And as you see, we are doing it from zero,
Yes.
from the floor to the electricity to running water, and even with isolation from humidity to become a decent place. And including that in the hospital, we have been working in many projects, like the same company have supported us to refurbish the pediatric ward and to put air conditioning in some specific places where it's needed.
We need it everywhere at the moment.
Yes, but especially in
Yeah, of
hospital,
course.
like seeing children in the heat with no air conditioning, with temperature, this was very
Yes.
painful. Or in the laboratory where there is blood taken. And
Of course.
what we like much about this project is the collaboration with the hospital. management. Because
You're hiding over here.
yes, the director and the vice director, that with their limited budget that they have supported a lot on labor work with their employee getting involved, and we have been working with a hospital for many years with other donors as well, like an American church as well have supported with some laboratory equipment. The management of the hospital have been very serious on how to deal with this. They accepted to put a budget line on training the staff on the new machinery and on maintenance of all the equipment.
Right.
So it's not that we bring something, we
And then leave, and then
and after it gets spoiled, nobody can. So yes.
Great. Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's been a long time since there's been investment here. Morg, you know, it's something you don't even think of. You think pediatrics and blood donation,
yes.
this sort of, you don't think about the morgue, and you're right, it's a matter of dignity.
Dignity, yes.
So people...
Like at least somebody after he died to have, like first time we came, we have seen even a body part on the floor.
Oh my God.
And that's why it's really shocking.
I mean, yeah. So I'm here at Digital Roots in the centre of Tropoja. This is a really special place because it gives skills to young people. It teaches them how to work remotely, trains them in digital marketing. They're actually working with a company based in Ireland. So these young people are able to remain in Tropoja and work from here, earn a decent salary, more than the Albanian average, and build a skill set that which they can use both locally or wherever else in the future. I was talking to one of the young men who is here, and I said to him, you know, what is this job to you? How important is it? And he's like, it means I can stay here. I love where I'm from. You know, I've lived in Tirana, I've lived abroad, but this job means I can stay. And I said to him, where would you be if it wasn't for this job? And he said, a place far, far away. Here we have the youngest member of Digital Roots. What's his name? Does he have a name? Yay. Oh. Have you been working at Digital Roots, and would I understand you are a couple as well?
Yes, of course we are couples. We are working here since it was opening in the December, and still we are here working together as a couple, and it's very enjoyable.
Do you argue working together, or it's okay?
No, it's okay. Wife has always right.
Now this is not a call centre, is it? You've worked in call centres before. How is this different?
Before I worked, before we didn't work together in call center. We worked for 2 months, 3 months online from home. Yes, we were in our office, in our room at our house, but it's not something different from there, from digital rules.
I can say the only difference is that we answer people what they need. I think there's the same, but the difference about the call center here is that we are doing all that work. Yeah. So I think just this is the difference.
How important is it to you to be able to earn a good salary, have good skills development, but to be able to stay in Tropoja?
That's a little bit hard, but we managed it. We managed it well.
You like to be able to stay here and to work like this?
Yes, I was in Italy, and we was thinking to move there, but in some points, I have seen the salaries there and salaries here, and I think it's better here. So always I'm looking forward to contribute something to my city so the others can just go, but stay here. It's a more beautiful place and more benefitable.
Yeah, we want to stay here to contribute in our country, to have, we already have our family here and to be with our family together. So we want to stay here, yes.
I've been a digital nomad, a remote worker for maybe 12 out of the last 15 years, and I've always said this sector has great potential for Albania because it allows people to work for any company in the world, doing almost any job that can be carried out online, earning an international salary, but being able to remain in Albania. And for Albania, which suffers greatly with brain drain, with the mass exodus of people, particularly youth, this concept is really, really important. So building digital skills, giving people digital online opportunities, and allowing them to remain in their towns and cities and villages while earning a decent salary and making a good career for themselves. This is the future for Albania, in my view. So what's going on behind me? That's a good question. Peace Corps, the American organization, are very active in Tropoja. And today, two former long-term volunteers who've dedicated a large portion of their life to helping the community in Tropoja, they have been awarded honorary citizenship of Tropoja, along with Elias Mazloum, who I've interviewed before. He's from Lebanon. He's married to an Albanian woman. He's got 2 children. And the mayor has awarded them with honorary citizenship of Tropoja. And this behind me is a big party in honor of them and the works that the Peace Corps do here with the local community.
Në komunitetit tonë, kryesisht në trajnimin e bashkëkohor dhe edukimin e të rinjve, dhe krijimin e ambienteve digitale në shërbim të kultivimit dhe punësimit të tyre.
Shumë faleminderit.
So this morning I am in the kindergarten of Tropoja. As you can see, it's not in the best shape. It's currently being refurbished by a group of volunteers, mainly from the US, along with other partners, including the Bashkia, various organizations, NGOs, and parts of the government as well. Now, the work that's happening here is extensive. The entire building is being renovated, from the floors, from the walls. It's being damp-proofed, the roof is being replaced. Every single room is being completely updated and modernized. A playground is being built, and they tell me that it's going to be finished by the middle of August, Mikisnet, if I'm not wrong. It will be home to around 120 children. It was previously home to 100, but they're actually going to combine it with the local chadra. And the money that they will save that was being spent on renting a space for the chadra will be used towards the bill of renovating here as well. So we're going to have a little look around and see what work is being done. Yeah. Përshëndetje, si ka emrin edhe sa vit ke në Shqipëri?
Përshëndetje, unë quhem Gjona, edhe kisha 2 vjet më përpara në Shqipëri, pastaj u ktheva në Amerikë, e tani jam kthy prapë.
Ti flet shqip shumë mirë, është gjuhën vështirë për ju, po?
Po, shumë e vështirë ishte. Shumë e vështirë, por me kalimin e kohës, domethënë kur të vritet veshi, atëherë e mëson.
Bravo. Edhe për sa muaj, ditë, nuk e di, ka një Tropoja?
Tropoj, pra isha këtu për 2 vitesh, për 2 javë, edhe tani jam këtu pra për 1 javë e pastaj do iki.
Ku do ikin pastaj?
Do ikim të shtunën.
Po ku?
Neve do shkojmë në Theth, në fakt. Do shkojmë nga Valbona për në Theth, pastaj në Shkodër, pastaj në Tiranë, e pastaj në Amerikë.
Aha, edhe mund gonë Shqipëria?
Po, shumë, shumë. Prandaj jam kthy kaq herë, ka shumë herë.
Do në Shqipëri apo?
Do jetoj në Shqipëri? Nuk e di. Do bëj universitet në Amerikë, se jam, domethënë po bëj universitetin atje dhe pastaj nuk e di.
Edhe projekt është të vështirë, dhe të shpjegoja pak për projekte, edhe unë mendon është të vështirë, sepse është shumë vapë edhe ti je me dirës, orën 9:30 në mëngjes.
U bëm ujë me dirës pak. Po, domethënë shumë vapë, por s'ka problem se neve jemi këtu për të ndihmuar, edhe i ndihemi mirë kur ndihmojmë. Prandaj shumë vapë është, por s'ka problem.
Shumë mirë dhe sukses. Faleminderit.
Shumë faleminderit.
So I'm now at Tropoja School, which is the centre of the summer camp, which has been ongoing for the last few days. There's been 180 local children taking part, including people from Bayramsuri, all the neighbouring villages, members of the Roman and Egyptian community. They've literally reached out to as many children as possible in the region. They've been taking part in lots of activities, crafts, physical activities, dancing, language, a whole range of things. And today is the last day. We're going to see what they have produced over the last days. There's going to be a ceremony as well, giving awards to some of the sponsors. It's been a really interesting few days, and I'm happy to have seen, the impact that the projects that are happening here have. Quite often I see projects in Albania from international organisations, and I think, yeah, but once you've packed up and gone home, once the money ends, what impact have you really had? But things like this, I think, are a bit different. So hello to Tropoja's newest citizens. What does this mean to you, having been involved in the community here for so long?
It means that we have a sense of belonging here, that the community has embraced us and we are part of this community. It feels being honored to be part of this community.
And this week of events, can you just give us a quick rundown of what's taken place and how you're feeling as everything's coming to a close?
We're feeling an excitement and also a little bit of sadness because it's started in the beginning on Monday and now it's coming to an end on Friday. We have had multiple projects. One was at this hospital, Morg, we were painting, and the pediatric and also the kindergarten. And also now the biggest project, the main project is summer camp here for about 285 kids and 45 volunteers at this camp.
And what's the biggest impacts that you think these projects are having, and how have you seen things change in Tropoja over the last years?
From my point of view, the impact is, of course, the kids are easy to be satisfied. They're coming here to play games, to go to classes. The biggest impact is doing it with the community, the municipality, elected officials, civil societies. They are the biggest impact we've seen because they're collaborating with us, they are opening doors for us, and they want to be part of these projects.
Don't forget the children and the parents as well.
Yes.
Everybody's very impacted.
I saw them all yesterday. Everyone's so happy, and it felt, I don't know anyone here, but everyone seemed... It's like it's a community. You brought everyone together. This is amazing. What about going forward? What are the main focuses for you? What are the most important things you want to try and help with in the coming years?
Yes, we are committed, even though we have family at home with 2 grandchildren, we want to attend to them as well, but we're committed to come back to Tropoja in Albania at least 5 or 6 months of the year.
Yeah.
And our goal is to transfer our skills to the local community. We are part of Peace Corps, but we want to create an actual Tropojan Corps. We want the Tropojans addressing their own needs and engaging with these type of projects. In fact, this year, we were not the only one organizing it. We had 2 participants of the summer camp that were the project organizers. So our long-term goal is for them to continue this project to be sustainable.
You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And I wish you all the best.
This community is amazing, and we can only do this with the help of our community. And the Tropojan community is one of the best communities in all of Albania.
It is, and thank you for letting me sample just a little bit of it the last few days.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you.
These are all crafts made by the children during the summer camp. They're beautiful. Look at these. Artwork they've made. They've made little cushions. I couldn't come to Tropoja without trying on the traditional clothes. Beautiful. It took me about 20 minutes to put this on. Ta-da! Even the shoes. Tropoja has sadly come to an end. My adventures in Albania, however, for this summer are just beginning. But as for Inside Albania, we're taking a short break. We will be back in the middle of September with more adventures, more interviews, more analysis, all brought to you on Euronews Albania, on our YouTube channel, Euronews Albania, and across all major podcasting platforms. It's been a blast. Have a wonderful summer. Mirapavshim.